So day one here at the World Championships, the Emirates Arena here in Glasgow. We are 4 matches in. We've got mixed doubles action up for you next. A very comfortable win for Wong Wing Ki in the men's singles, but we've got mixed. It's Ronan Labar and Audrey Fontaine from France. They're up against Irfan, Fadhilah and Weni Anggraini. So this particular section of the mixed doubles draw, you can see there a win for one of these two. They're going to be facing Tan Kian Meng and Lai Pei Jing of Malaysia, the number 8 seeds. Possibly, just possibly, onto a very strong young Chinese pair later on, Wang Yilu and Huang Dongpi, if matches go their way. In that half of the draw, they've also got Ahmed and Natsia to face later on. But day one, Ronan Labar, Audrey Fontaine up against Irfan, Fadhilah and Weni Anggraini. So here's Fadhilah and Anggraini in that all-red kit for Indonesia. Shaking hands with their opponents from France.
Red or black? Red. It's black. You go first. You will receive. We need to receive. Which side? Okay.
So the French win the coin toss. It's going to be Audrey Fontaine with the opening serve to Weni Anggraini. The Indonesians will start at the bottom of the screen. So there's Weni Anggraini in red, the 26-year-old from Jambi in Indonesia. They're currently ranked number 40. Their highest ranking at 15. That was some years ago now, however. To the extent where I thought Fadhilah had a different partner at the time, but no. These two, Irfan Fadhilah, the 27-year-old from Jakarta. He did play with Gloria Emmanuel Wijaya at one stage, and I thought it was them that had that ranking of 15, but no, it was in fact Fadhilah and Anggraini, who are good enough to mix it with the best in the world. But they're a little bit off their best at the moment in recent months. There's Audrey Fontaine from Rennes in France, 25 years of age. Current world ranking of number 30. Not far from their best, really, in terms of rankings. But it has been a couple of years since they were up at, or she was up at 27 in the world with a different partner. Ronan Labar, 28 years of age from Châtenay-Malabry in France. His former partner, Emily Leffel, and he made it up into the world's top 20. That was 2 years ago now, October 15. Currently ranked 30 then with Audrey Fontaine. Gavin Smith, today's umpire over the mixed doubles from England. And from the USA, Elaine Kahn his service judge. I saw these two play, Steen, Ronan Labar and Audrey Fontaine at the US Open not too long ago. They were in pretty good shape. They were undone in the semi-finals. I think it was that day against Jess Pugh and Ben Lane from England. But it was a good fight. What do you expect from them here today?
I'm really looking forward to this match because it should be a clash of the Asian, or perhaps the Indonesian style and the European style. So that's going to be interesting. These two, Fadhilah and Anggraini, they a little bit lucky that two pairs ahead of them split up and formed a new pair. Ronald and Anissa Sofika chose to, or was asked to play together, and they won the New Zealand Open recently, and that sort of paved the way for these two participating at the World Championships. And also Labar and Fontaine have done well, of course, with the bronze medal at the Europeans earlier this year. Was a big success for them, and it's going to be interesting to see if they can live up to that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's I remember that European Championships semi-final. That was the Adcocks once again, I think, Steen.
Yeah, indeed it was. They had a very tough quarterfinal where they had to survive match points to win the medal against Mathias Christiansen and Sarah Thyssen.
Yeah, very strong up-and-coming Danish mixed doubles pair. They've had a good year. Oh, great attack in particular from Fadhilah.
2-all.
Just turning that smash back into the middle around the head. A change of angle working for him well.
Good work by Weni Anggraini.
Yeah, fantastic work in the forecourt.
3-2.
That backhand was fantastic. It really was. Great accuracy. Really well played.
Service over. 3-all. Out.
Yeah, service error from
4-3.
Ronan Labar, looking for the tee. Just misfired. It was a few inches wide.
Excellent. Excellent work by Audrey Fontaine.
Service over. 4-all.
Glimpse of the French coach, Jesper Hougaard from Denmark. Yes.
Yeah, there's a real connection there at the moment between the French and Danish team. Is Peter Geller still involved?
He's the head of sports, or it's probably another title they've got in French,
Technical director or something?
Yeah, directeur technical, or I'm not sure what it's called, but a mix of that, and I think he's also involved in the men's and women's singles.
Service over. 5-all.
Interestingly enough, Indonesian seems to play without coaching.
Yes, I don't see any other Indonesians out on court currently, so that's a strange...
Yeah, and it could indicate that they are independent players. Of course, Indonesia, they have both players in the national team, national training center, but also individual players are allowed to participate in an international tournament.
Yes, absolutely.
Well
And
done.
yeah, we see that in certain parts of Asia, don't we, with the Koreans, the same sort of thing. You can continue to compete even though you're not national team members. Malaysia as well. Don't seem to see that much across Europe.
Oh, I think we do. I think we do. But it's on the international challenge level, European tournaments. There's a lot of players that are not part of national training.
So it's just the top level then, really. You wouldn't see necessarily the quality of player.
Yeah,
perhaps.
They have a strong mixed doubles team in Indonesia. Of course, the reigning Olympic champions, Tontowi Ahmad and Nasir. Also, some of the players in this tournament that, of course, you should watch out for. And the former Olympic champions, Praveen Jordan and Debbie Susanto.
Yeah, really exciting pair to watch. Praveen in attack is incredible. And I particularly like watching Liliana Natsir as well. One of the best mixed doubles players in the world, in my opinion.
Good actions from Audrey Fontaine here, changing the defense around. I don't think the French pair can be satisfied playing from below the tape. Got to try and change it around and get the initiative. Excellent shot by Ronan Labar.
Yeah, great backhand.
7,
Crisp. Very, very short release there.
Yeah, that one just drifting wide, but
service over. 9-7.
some confidence in the way they're playing at the moment, the French. Like you say, if they're forced below the net tape, they might struggle with the touch and skill that they'll need to compete.
He needs to be able to see.
Yeah. The umpire asked Anggraini to either move or crouch down so that Ronan Labar can see the shuttle when Irfan Fadhilah is serving. Oh, that's going long.
Service over, 8-10.
Yeah, absolutely. Would be too much of a disadvantage if that rule wasn't in place. If your partner could hide the shuttle for you.
Great back skills again from Labar.
9-10.
Very, very quick. His third shot there. There are all the challenges in mixed doubles.
Service
The male
over,
players serving.
11-9, interval.
Yeah, absolutely. I haven't played a huge amount of mixed doubles myself, really, but I hated serving. You felt so exposed on that return of serve. But it's Fadhilah and Anggraini doing enough so far to stay in front in this opening game. Mid-game interval with a scoreline of 11-9.
Take a bit of speed off. Yeah, but the lift is too flat. Yeah, yeah. So we can give them a bit more height. And then we need to block like in defense, like we talk about. Right now we push hard. Yeah, I know it's difficult, but we have to. All right.
Well, once again, very decisive.
Clear.
Very clear instructions from the French coach.
Yeah, he's been joined now on the coaches' chairs by Peter Gerd, what we mentioned earlier.
12-9.
So take the pace off the shots in order to gain initiative in the rally, and
Service over, 10-12.
the lifts probably feels that they don't give themselves enough time to get in position. That's why they want to lift a little bit higher, so that Fadhilah can't jump into the smashes. Very quick on his feet, Fadhilah.
Service over, 13-10.
When in control, so to speak.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything flat will be taken earlier, meaning you'll get less time to defend.
That's the high lift.
And again. Oh, well, it's worked for them, and it's straight away, Steen.
Yeah.
Audrey Fontaine able to come in on that second drop and play the tight net spin, and it's the
Good
French
shot.
back in attack. Wonderful rally for the French.
Good variation from Ronan Labar.
And there you can see the coaching staff in wholehearted agreement. They played that perfectly.
Ronan.
That's going to be the key
12-13.
to this match. Is going to be who can get the attack and who can sort of be most successful in turning the defense around. Labar, very, very good attack. Steep, strong smashes and good variation.
Oh, that one judged to have been just long of the back line.
13-all.
I don't think it was a confident lead from Labar. I think he just couldn't get a racket to that shuttle.
Oh, now the kit box has finally given up and tilted.
Is that the same one they had the issue with earlier? I think it is.
Yeah, that was the one that went broke during the mixed doubles with the Swedes and the Scottish pair. It's also one of the challenges to sort of keep yourself focused when unexpected things occur. And, it doesn't look that solid, that kit box, so I think they're going to have a hard time putting it together with tape.
Yeah, I wonder how many spares they might have.
That one's...
That one's had it.
I think maybe they've underestimated how heavy the players' bags are. That's gone.
Well, Audrey Fontaine not holding anything back.
No.
And showing them that these
she
boxes...
might as well have kicked it.
She might as well have punched it. Yeah, that's right.
And they're about to get a spare kit box from court number 3.
20, match point 17.
And that's at a crucial point here at 13-all in the first game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lots of distraction.
And the French had just taken on those very clear, decisive instructions at the mid-game interval, just 3 or 4 points ago. It was working well for them. They just need to make sure they're remember those instructions. They keep their intensity up.
There it is. Referee, assistant referee Girish Natu of India and head referee Dennis Lee of Hong Kong.
all. 19-20. Play.
Big smash from Labar, followed up by Fontaine. A great attacking rotation from the French, both in on the net at the end.
14-13.
Tall player, Ronan Labar.
Yeah, it's the angles as much as the power, isn't it? That steep smash coming down low at your feet.
13.
That was exactly what Jesper Hårgaard asked him to do. Take the pace off the shots. Oh, touched the net cord.
16. 13, clear. It's okay. The shuttle is fine, clear.
Yeah, great skill in keeping that shuttle so close to the net.
And a run of 5 straight points now. The French pair, 6 straight.
Brilliant at the net from Fontaine.
17-13.
Letting her racket lead just to step in and brush that shuttle back down so early.
And thinking back that the Indonesians had no coaching at the interval, I think it's fair to assume that the French pair have adjusted to the coaching of Jesper Hårgaard. And they've also reacted. They haven't scored a point, the Indonesians, since 13. The kickbox went down. It was 13-all, and now 6 quick points to Labar and Fontaine. That's amazing.
Oh, fantastic serve again. Run on Labar.
Game point, 13.
Yep, Fadhilah and Anggraini really just crumbling under the pressure of this situation at the end. And there's Fontaine again in with that backhand so early.
Oh, he tripped.
Oh, they've got away with it. I think Ronan Labar just in anticipation went running across court to fill the open space. Once he'd got that one wrong. Oh, he went over on that ankle, but he seemed fine. He was up straight away, and during the interval, he doesn't seem to be noticing anything wrong with his foot or his ankle, which is pleasing to see. But it was the French that ran away with the end of that opening game from 13-all. 8 straight points.
Good we start to play some variations at the end here. Yeah? Okay, remember still to use the flick also. Right? The last service here, when we play a little bit to his backhand, was really, really good. Come on here. Yeah? Okay. When he push, when he's high on the mid-front, we still move on the forehand. On his back. He's still going to make his pushes towards the backhand. So we also...
You're starting to be more ready. You can be even more ready, so you have the choice also of playing middle, using the balls. Because he's not going to like to move, and then he will get nothing to work with. Yeah?
Fine. Right now, we are scoring points from the forehand because we move. Yeah, and we keep doing it. Okay? Because he wants to play slow on his part.
Au final, lui, il est vachement ça, la prise comme ça. Donc dès que tu rejoues là, il aime ça.
It's not like we have to rush it every time. We don't just block it. As long as we move on.
Yeah, once again, crucial and important direction from the French coaching staff. A couple of changes in tactics, not a great deal. But they've noticed that Fadhilah's wanting to play slow quite often.
Labar.
and how to best counteract that.
Play.
24-23.
1 love.
Oh, good idea from Labar, just couldn't control the deceptive cross-court punch clear.
Service over. 1-all.
That was the end of a run of 12 points for the French pair. Behind 10-30 in the first game, took 11 straight points. That's amazing.
2-1.
Well, that is amazing. Must give them so much confidence.
Service over. 2-all.
That was one of the situations where Jesper Hågaard wanted Audrey Fontaine to keep moving forward to close down the net and force Fadhilah to play to the backcourt.
Oh, great defense from Labar.
It's gone long.
Service over. 3-2.
Well, the Indonesians certainly starting off this second game better than they ended the first. That's not going to help their cause, that bit of luck off the net cord, the forehand from Ronan Labar.
Good coverage by Anggraini.
Service over. 5-3.
Well, that was that high lift again. This time from Audrey Fontaine.
Yeah, and she managed Fontaine to get the defense of the smash from Fadhilah just to get it a little bit higher and a little bit longer than a couple of rallies ago. So Anggraini had to move backwards to try and intercept and couldn't really do it.
Service over. 6-4.
Oh, ambitious from Fontaine.
7-4.
Double action net shot. Didn't quite have the skill to pull that one off, at least this time, and it's the Indonesians with a 3-point lead. Good judgment from Labar.
Service over. 5-7.
Good return of serve.
Service over. 8.
Weni Anggraini just clipping the shuttle down, and her partner knowing enough to come in early to pounce on the next shot. This is better stuff from the Indonesians. Yeah, good smash from Fadhilah straight through the center of the French defense.
And it's one of the situations where you have to be really careful in mixed doubles when you change from defense to attack. You can see that Fontaine was not really able to get back in a good position. So often a lot of counter attacking opportunities.
10-5. Service over. 6-10.
Good return of serve from Labar into the body of Fadhilah.
Service over. 11-6. Interval.
And the mid-game interval, well, much like the first, this time 5 points, however. But it's Fadhilah and Anggraini that have found a way back into this match. It's going to be all important now for the French to act once again on the words of the coaches.
Yes, we did 2 or 3 short, simple block on the defense, and there's a lot of space. Yeah. We can also push the lift a little bit more.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20
seconds.
seconds.
It's still the same thing.
The box is going to break.
Audrey. 11-6. Play.
So 11-6. Weni, Anggraini in red with the serve. Looking confident at the net.
6.
Yeah, Labar just opting perhaps wrongly this time.
Yeah, but that's one of the things that might confuse them, because as Mahoko said, that you can just block it, and they can in the defense. There's some space at the net, but if it's not an all-out attack, then perhaps there isn't that much space at the net. We can see when Fadhilah, when he has the attack, Anggraini, she moves back in order to try and intercept, and that's why the coach is urging them to play just a block.
Yes, I guess a change in tactics perhaps, or at least a variation from Weni Anggraini, just to confuse the French.
Service over.
This is another mistake from the other one wasn't a mistake, but here the pressure is simply too heavy. Tries to play too sharp. Labar.
Oh, well played.
Yeah.
Fadhilah, yeah. I liked the way he sliced across the shuttle on one of those, bringing it down really steep, just to change the attack, and then in so early in the mid-court to follow up. Well, that's the second time I've seen Audrey Fontaine attempt that same shot at the net. She had loads of time. It was still 6-7 inches below net tape.
Amazing change of events here.
16-7.
They were leading 1-0 in the the second game, the French pair, and now they're behind 16-7.
And what a different story from the end of that opening game where they took
17-7.
How many points did you say? 12, 13 points in a row?
11 points in a row to win the first game. And 12 in a row if you count the first one of the second. So Anggraini has closed down the net in
18-7.
the service situation and the battle for initiative and attack. She's done a really good job there, and that's what Jesper Hågaard also urged them to do in the interval. You can also just lift and take it from there, start out and play good defense, block it, take the pace off. But it's so easy to say for the coach. It's the feeling that you have as a player. Do you feel that you can play that, or does it feel insecure?
Yeah, absolutely, particularly in defense. It's very risky to start from defense, because you get one or two wrong and suddenly you're under such pressure that you've got that feeling that you can't get anything right.
Yeah, that's a terrible feeling to get on court. And good clear from Fadhilah. Excellent variation. And it's important for the Indonesians to try and close it out now as big as possible in the second game, as to not give the French any kind of confidence back, not give the French coach anything to work with in terms of getting ideas on how to score points in the third game.
Yeah, absolutely. Maintain that rhythm and keep those points coming. And they should be able to get a lead into the third, which will be all important. This might be the last chance for the French to get a run of points.
11-19.
Yeah, misplaced return of serve from Fadhilah, too easy for Labar. And that one's drifting well wide as well.
Service over, 20. Game point, 11.
Well, it's the Indonesians now with all the confidence running away with this second game.
Game.
Labar and Fontaine all out of ideas.
Weni, Anggraini, 21-11.
And you just heard it from the umpire, Fadhilah and Anggraini, with a very confident scoreline in the second, 21-11, and what a turnaround.
We need to be ready to start to be aggressive now, from the beginning here, okay?
Hey, when she
serve, we don't know what to do. Can we play straight receives in between? Yeah? Yeah? Straight receives in between.
Arrête la bande, un peu rapide pour que ne puisse pas les prendre bien.
D'accord? Listen up. We, no matter what happens here, we don't go passive. Okay, we stay forward. If we push, if we get the play in this area, we need to stay forward. Okay? And now we start to block like we prepare. Okay, so it's forward on court now. Okay? But it doesn't mean that we only have to push from here. Okay? If they're gonna lift to move you, we handle that. Okay? But right now, it's about getting forward. Okay?
Du coup, je suis trop loin quand tu dis. T'es trop loin. J'ai l'impression d'être autant, je te jure.
She's too far. If I don't see you in front of me, moi je te vois, t'es derrière moi.
It's one situation, forget it. Okay?
Non, mais it can happen again.
Yeah, but the other part is way more.
Well, interesting, Steen. Audrey Fontaine not seemingly very happy with one particular situation.
No.
20 seconds.
And I like that. Maybe the tone or whatever could work on that. But anyway, we're in the middle of a badminton match. We cannot go into the discussion group about it. As Jesper said, it's 1 point. Hopefully it's not important.
Yeah, absolutely. They wanted, or they were instructed to push forward when they get the opportunity to push forward and take the attack to the Indonesians. And if and when the lifts come, deal with that. Move from there. You can always cover the back of the court if it's got height on the shuttle.
Yeah, and it also seems that they have a bit of trouble playing. They don't feel comfortable enough from the defense of the players, even though perhaps the coach sees some possibilities, and you've got to acknowledge that.
Oh, brilliant touch. But the French defence this time equal to that.
It's gone long.
Ah, great judgment. It took a second, maybe even a third guess at the trajectory of that shuttle. But good judgment in the end from Ronan Labar.
Audrey, change.
Oh, well played. Great racket skill turning that cross court.
1-3.
Weni Anggraini just shaping to show straight net or push, and then turning the shuttle back across the net.
Service over. 4-1.
Much better start for the French, and showing in the scoreline and also in their body language, looking a lot more pumped and up for this third game. They really lost their way in the second. Good smash from Fadhilah, finding the shoulder of Audrey Fontaine.
2-4.
Yeah, it just emphasizes that the defense is not really solid. That's, in my opinion, a wrong choice of shot from Fontaine. Got to have the attack, and that's where Ronan Labar is so strong, is in the attack. So,
yeah, absolutely. If she was going for that overhand defense, she needed to be further forward, if anything. She can't defend a smash. That overarm grip,
5-2.
which is that far back in court. Better pressure from Ronan Labar in the mid-court. And there's that forehand again from Labar.
6-2.
You see how she pushes it here, Fontaine. The more safe shot would have been to just block it, because that would definitely have given a lift.
Yeah, absolutely. Growing in confidence now, the French pair.
7-2. Left. Out.
Called short.
Service over. 3-7.
Yeah, that service very short of the line. Trying to make sure they're not too pressured on the return of serve.
He has a chance to play it real early, Labar, and then waits and let his racket fall down to his knees. Plays it way away from below.
left again from Audrey Fontaine, but didn't quite have the length.
No, and that was a perfect example that they can't stand their ground in defense against Fadhilah and Anggraini.
Change.
So it's only Ronan Labar that's progressed through the World Championships previously. He was 2 years ago in 2015. I think he was playing with MetLife at the time. Wow. Well, he got away with that one, staying on the floor and then back up to defend.
Great fighting spirit.
Off the hip as well. Good touch from Labar. Yes, I was saying Ronan Labar's made it through to round 2 at the World Championships previously with a different partner. Lost to Arends and Peak from the Netherlands on that day, 21-19 in the third, a very close match in round 2. A real chance then for them to have perhaps a career-defining week here at the World Champs. Much better from the French.
Service over. 9-6.
Ooh.
Well, that was close.
That was close. But these situations, they're so difficult to judge when you're sitting in the umpire's chair. We have the luxury of seeing it in replay and in slow, and it's still difficult for us to see it.
Yes, absolutely. Played at that speed, very difficult, even for the umpire sat on the net to decide. But I think it was a good decision in the end.
Yeah. A little bluff smash from Anggraini to Ronan Labar, but that was not where they were intending to kill it. It was on Audrey Fontaine.
Fascinating how the momentum has changed throughout this match. The beginning of game 1, fairly close, fairly even, not much in it. And the French ran away with the end of that opening game after some wise coaching advice.
Yeah.
Oh, that one's in.
Called in.
8-9.
It's one way I might have used the challenge, but no, it's in. It's in. That would have been a wasted challenge.
Yeah, another great rally. Yes, I was saying in that second game, simply ran away from the French. All out of ideas, all out of confidence.
Yeah, we saw that when Audrey Fontaine sat in the coaching or in the interval. She said, "I don't know what to do on services," and that's great self-awareness and the dare to speak it. And sometimes you just remain silent and keep on going. But if you don't speak up, you can't get any help. And she got help. Hey!
Well, Ronan Labar desperately diving back across court. Once more, we've seen that from the French. When they take the risk, they take a gamble, but the shuttle keeps coming back. Great defending from Irfan, Fadhilah.
Audrey. Audrey. On court, please. Audrey. On court.
17.
Well, 9-all. And it seems that Audrey Fontaine in particular unhappy with a couple of things that are going on out there on court.
Nine all. Play.
Very tense moments indeed. And no surprise, it might be round one, but it's the World Championships. It means so much for all of these players, even to progress through another round.
Excellent play by Fadhilah. Across the back. Oh, that's gone up wide.
Service over, 10-9.
Yeah, shame for Fadhilah. He'd played so well throughout that rally. That backhand just wide. Oh, brilliant forehand from Fadhilah.
Service over, 10-all.
Utilises the speed that Labar had put into it.
Yes, earlier on in the match, we heard the French coach saying to take the pace off the shuttle in those situations and force the lift.
And he's gonna reinforce it now.
I'm sure he is.
To take the pace off, go for the attack.
Well, it's 11-10 in the third. Nothing much in the game except this change of ends might be crucial. The French in particular did not like the way the game was going when they were at this end of the court. That second game might be crucial here. Let's see if we can take a listen to this French coach.
What I'm trying to tell you, when we play on his backhand side, he's playing in between. If you don't want Audrey to cover it, I think there's a lot of opportunities where you can step forward on your forehand side. Understand? When you block or play medium speed, even push, you can be a lot more aggressive.
It's break.
Okay.
I don't have the feeling that it's happening so often.
I feel we make him very, very secure on playing on his backhand straight.
Now the other kit box is broken as well.
Either you stay really, really aggressive and what's in front of you, or you move.
I don't see this.
Ronan, Audrey.
We need to stay cool.
Audrey. Come here. Leave the court.
Yeah, the umpire
Well, it
telling the
seems
Danes,
they're unaware that the umpire's
French
warning
coach to
them.
leave it. Yeah. Now he's going to get a warning, which is correct.
Ronan Labar, fault for misconduct.
He doesn't see, they don't see it. So now they can go and talk to him while he's sitting on the chair.
Be ready to play.
Well, that's a red card, Steen, and that's a point deducted, or a point added at least.
Yes, it is.
To the Indonesian scoreline. It it seemed they were almost unaware of the penalty, unaware that they were being warned.
Very, very unfortunate situation. So the score is 12-10.
Absolutely, 12-10 now.
You were ignoring me and you would not walk onto court. You would not walk onto court.
And now we get the referee back in.
Yes.
Now the French understand that they were being spoken to. They were unaware of the situation. It certainly felt like they weren't.
Let's hear what they say.
So they were ignoring me. They did not do as I instructed.
They didn't notice that.
I said it on more than one occasion.
But did you want them in?
I told them.
No, did you
It was a red card because they were not
this is an accident. I don't think they do it deliberately.
So can I take the red card away?
What I suggest to do is you call the players, come here, explain to them, and you also ask the coaches to come here, and then try to, find some way to settle this. Okay?
What do I do about the red card?
What I suggest you is you call the coaches to come here. Let them know what happened before. They ignore you, and then tell the players, and then you start from nothing, okay? I mean, ignore the shit.
Ignore the card?
Yes. What I suggest. Do you think so? Yeah. Because this is an accident.
Okay.
Do you think, are you agree?
You are the referee?
No, not saying this, but because this is an accident, I think they didn't notice it. It's okay.
Well, fascinating, Steen. It doesn't appear that the French players or coaching staff were aware that they were being warned.
Let's hear what the umpire says to the coaches.
Yes, because he wanted you to leave the court, because the accident of the court, right? Yes. So you explain.
You still must leave the court, and I still have to leave the court. But once the interval is over, you must leave the court.
Okay, I thought it was
Even so, you must leave the court.
Why didn't you tell me?
I did. I did clearly.
So you think I'm ignoring you, or nothing? Not ignoring you.
You did actually tell him.
2 meters from you.
I did.
The umpire did tell the players and the coach repeatedly. However, they didn't seem to hear them. They didn't seem to hear the umpire.
Yes.
Can I just tell you? No. I told you it was.
But the interesting thing is whether the red card stands or not, because the Indonesians, they think that they have 12 points now. They're perfectly aware that the red card was given.
Absolutely.
And they don't have any coach.
No. I will take away the red card, okay?
Yeah, he takes away the red card.
Well, it was the tournament referee that has made the decision to remove the
now
red
the
card.
Indonesians come and ask what's going on. But with a grin. That's nice.
Okay. Clear.
Well, the situation is that the kit boxes have been falling apart all day, Steen, haven't they? They were under repair
11-10.
and taking a long time to repair it, which extended the interval, the break. The French took advantage of that and used that time to speak with their coach. They were being told repeatedly by the umpire to get back on court to move things along, but they didn't seem to hear it.
Let's see how this affects, because it was a similar situation in the first game. And the Indonesians, they got no more points in the first game. How is this going to affect them? They were awarded a point and then taken away again. I think it's a very, very tough decision both the umpire and the referee had to make there. Unfortunate circumstances, definitely, because the interval was delayed due to the kit boxes breaking down.
Service over.
Absolutely, we could hear the tournament referee commenting that it was an accident, it was unusual circumstances,
yeah, it was.
And that he perhaps disagreed with the call that the umpire had made and wanted to remove it.
Service over.
I think
12-13.
The rule says that if you are not on court on time, if the coach doesn't leave the court, it's a red card. Did the coach leave the court? No, he didn't. But had he left the court, would play had been able to continue? No, it wouldn't, because we'd had to fix the kit boxes ahead of that. So in that perspective, it seems reasonable not to punish the French side by awarding the Indonesians a point. On the other hand, taking back a point, that's also that's extraordinary.
Absolutely.
So what should have happened was that the French coach should have left after 1 minute and sat on his chair, and then the French players could go and talk to him while he was sitting on the chair.
Come on.
Absolutely.
Service over. 13-14.
But did it appear to you, Steen, that the French coach and the French players were deliberately ignoring the umpire? It didn't appear like that to me.
No, neither to me. But they were so much into the coaching situation that they simply didn't notice the umpire who was close to shouting. Last time he was telling him to leave the court. But you don't expect it, so you don't listen for that, because you just see that, okay, the break is extended, so why shouldn't I be here? And the thing is that, I mean, they could still have talked to the coach had he been sitting on the chair. So in terms of that, it seemed like a harsh thing to get
15-14
due to a red card.
Absolutely.
So it's one of the situations that the rules doesn't really cater for.
No, that's right. And all the while they had the technical officials trying to help repair the boxes beside them. It was a very
confusing situation.
Confusing situation, yes.
It was.
Well, nevertheless, we're back to the action. Indonesia still have that 1 point advantage. It's 15-14. The red card was removed. The additional point was removed.
16-14.
And it complicated the situation a little bit more that the Indonesians didn't have a coach, so they didn't listen to what the referee explained to the Danes and Danish coach, where they actually told him that he committed an offense, but they weren't going to punish him.
Unusual circumstances out here.
Sure she can see the shuttle.
They can't see the shuttle, yeah.
Irfan, play.
Well, that's the third time I think we've also seen that particular warning.
We're getting a lot of drama here in the first three-game match we've had.
Well, absolutely.
On our court today.
17-14.
Great touch at the net from Anggraini. Catching the net cord as well on the way down, and Fadhilah with the easy forehand drive. It's 17-14.
They have to go all out now.
15-17.
The French pair in order to try and get the attack. And I've seen them succeed with that, because that was what worked for them during the European Championship quarterfinal when they were a bit down in the third game against a Danish pair. So definitely still in it.
What a return of serve. But good defence from the French, equal to that attack. And exactly like you said, Steen, all-out attack. It was interesting, I was listening initially during that break to the French coach.
16-17.
He was almost arguing with his players for a moment. That was also interesting. I'd forgotten about it since the red card incident and everything else that happened, but Fontaine and Labar were almost in disagreement with the coach.
Yeah.
The body language of the coach was almost like he was saying, well, you decide then, I give up. The players looked disheartened with what was happening. It was a very negative situation all round.
17 all.
I didn't hear that particular incident. I heard that they were discussing whether it was a one occasion thing that they were actually planning for, or it was something that was really important for the whole game, so to speak, for the whole game plan.
Fascinating mixed doubles. Round one match, and
right, there's a challenge.
That looked into me, Steen.
Ronan Labar, challenge.
Well,
Hold
crucial.
out.
It reminds me of that bronze medal match in the Olympics in the men's doubles. That match point, Chris Langridge's serve landing plumb on the line. This perhaps isn't quite as crucial, but this point is very crucial to these two mixed doubles pairs.
It's in.
And it's on the line plumb once more.
Correction, in.
And now we're at a point of the match where that red card, no red card, it could be in the minds of the Indonesians that, hey, we actually have 18 and we should have had 18 now.
It's okay, it's okay.
He was laughing a little bit about it, Fadhilah, when he got the explanation. So,
yeah, I was going to say,
perhaps he's not laughing if they lose 21-19.
Perhaps not. It doesn't seem to be affecting their play at this stage. I think if the point had stood and the French
18,
would have started 2 points
17.
behind, it seems to me the French would have let it affect them more so, perhaps, than the Indonesians have in losing that advantage. Great defence from Fontaine. Good pick up again from the
defense.
Oh, the cross block, the wrong choice. They stayed on the straight for so long and it was working. I think Fontaine took a gamble then that the cross block would have been the right option.
We've seen also in the earlier good defense there, but that cross there, that's not the right choice.
Well, perhaps not in mixed doubles anyway. But what a point.
Service over. 19-18.
Excellent service return, and he can be very intimidating to serve to when it's close. Ronan Labar so good at returning the services, and so tall, so you almost don't dare to flick him.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, net cord again from Labar. Oh, but Fontaine can't back it up. Good pressure from Anggraini rushing in on the net.
Service over. 19
So
all.
they would have had a match point.
Well, interesting thought, Steen. Yes, they would have been match point up.
It's sort of assembled in this match. We've had some easy two-game matches, but this match has had it all.
Well, a good mid-court battle, and why not? Crucial moment in the match. The backhand drive's gone wide from Labar.
20. Match point. 19.
Well, match point, Steen. Irfan Fadhilah serving for Indonesia. 2019 after 63 minutes of play. This match has had everything, controversy.
Brilliant play by Audrey Fontaine.
20-all.
Really well played. She stands her ground in the defense and plays this block shot that they've been discussing the whole match.
Look at that focus and determination on the face of Audrey Fontaine. She's very much a player that thrives on positive situations.
Play. Hey.
Oh, great choice by Ronan Labar, taking the pace off. What a time to vary the attack, Steen.
21-20.
And he was up so early as well. Great disguise.
Oh, what a great service return. Look at that service return from Anggraini.
Service over.
Just twist the racket in the nick of time.
Ronan.
Les concerts en deux, souvent, ils cherchent à rentrer. On, deux, corridor, non?
Well, a match that's had absolutely everything. Dominant displays for a few points. Comebacks, red cards, controversy.
Play. Service over.
Oh, the French. Yes.
22-21.
The French coping with that flick serve well and getting back on the attack. Well, once again, it's match point. Once again, it's Fadhilah with the return of serve. Oh, the block forehand from Labar, not enough on it.
Service over. 22-all.
Great pressure from Ronan Labar again in the mid-court.
23-22.
That drive into the body of Anggraini. Both pairs giving it everything. Just a shame one of them has to go out.
Third match point for Labar and Fontaine. another one survived.
Service over. 23 all.
Well, they were in position, and Labar's forehand drive hitting the racket of his partner, Audrey Fontaine, I think.
Yeah.
The French need to get back ahead. It's horrible to not have survived a match point of your own. The Indonesians will feel like they can survive again and again if they keep doing this.
Yeah, the French survived one in 2019, so both pairs have survived match points. With some of the best rallies that we got here. That's a challenge.
Ronan Labar, challenges called out.
Well, if there was ever going to be a challenge, that's it. For certain.
The whole hall was challenging that one. We want to see if that's correct, that it was long.
I must admit, the line judge was very early to call that out.
He was, but it's a very, very difficult shot to judge. It's long out.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining. 24, 23.
They haven't seen it in the hall yet.
Cube, be ready, please.
Have they?
I'm not sure if it was played on the screen to our right within the hall.
It has been. The score is 24-23. Second match point for Weni Anggraini and Irfan Fadhilah.
Play.
The French on the attack again. Labar's forehand working well. Good defense. Oh, brilliant play from Ronan Labar. Spotting his opponent Fadhilah in trouble on the floor and just playing soft in front of him. Great awareness.
24 all.
And both pairs have really raised the game here when they need it the most.
I was thinking that a few moments ago. Isn't it strange how it takes a moment like this, a crucial time, to get the best out of
Thank you.
These players? Elements of game one and game two were, well, reasonably average at best.
Play.
Well, did they call that out?
It's called out.
I must admit, I thought it was out.
It was risky, no doubt about it.
Very risky. He could have hit that anywhere on the court and it would have been in.
And if they're wrong about this challenge, they have no more left.
Well, Labar could have hit that kill anywhere on court and it would have been a winner.
Service over, 25-24.
What a crucial moment to lose your head and play that outside the court.
Thank you.
But again, a good thing that we have this challenge system, because they can, no matter how this ends, they can leave with peace in mind that it wasn't a bad line call that sort of affected the outcome. But no more challenges for Labar and Fontaine. Third match point for the Indonesians.
Oh, what tension.
Service over, 25 all.
25. Interesting scene in tennis. When it comes down to a tie-break situation, players are awarded more challenges.
Yeah.
Do you think perhaps that should be in place in badminton?
Be ready.
Yeah, but not if you haven't used your challenges. So the two that the French pair have had, they're taking the challenges within the extra points, and I don't think they should have extras there.
Yes, I see.
It should be to make sure that it's not a bad line call.
Well, momentum swinging. My heart is racing. What a match. And we're only at day 1 of the World Champs. You've commentated on a lot more matches than me, Steen, I'm sure, but I've only seen one match go to 30-28 that was. Not a sudden death, 29-all situation. Have you been in many of those?
There it is.
Well, it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant, and there's no challenge from the Indonesians. They're happy to admit defeat today. Ronan Labar and Audrey Fontaine have come through an absolutely incredible opening game in the mixed doubles.
Match won by Ronan Labar and Audrey Fontaine, 21-13, 11-21, 27-25.
Well, you heard the scores there from our umpire. 27-25 in the third. A game that itself took 42 minutes, longer than some of the matches we've seen in their entirety today. But what a result for the French. Heartbreaking for Irfan, Fadhilah, Weni, Anggraini not to have come through that match after a terrific second game. They were in full control. Well, let's take a look at just some of the highlights from that mixed doubles round 1 match. Well, as you can see, we're in Glasgow at the World Championships, the Emirates Arena. And it's day 1. And what an epic mixed doubles opener we just witnessed. Ronan Labar, Audrey Fontaine coming through 27-25 in the third. We've got men's singles up next for you. The number 8 seed, Srikanth Kidambi. Sergei Sirant, his opponent from Russia. And just so you're all aware at home, we will continue coverage throughout the day. Another 6 matches at least for you later on. So don't go away after this men's singles. And what a section of the draw this is going to be. Srikanth Kidambi, the favourite to come through this match, but look at that, we've got Anders Antonsen, we've got Tommy Sugiarto, we've got Hu Yun, all within touching distance. Rounds 2, rounds 3 are going to be very, very tough indeed. So the number 8 seed, the highest seeded or highest ranked Indian men's singles player, Srikanth Kidambi. And he's up against a relative unknown in Sergei Sirant.